Hello everyone, welcome back to Boards Bricks. My name is Kurt, and today I'm really feeling like discussing a few clone trooper designs that I really hope LEGO produces in the near future, and most of these are going to be remakes, but let's get into it. Now, I want to keep this list a little bit more realistic compared to a few other ones. I know that there are really, a bunch of really cool, legions out there, like the 13th Legion that everyone really wants LEGO to produce, but that's not going to be likely because I don't even think LEGO is going to produce any Fallen Order sets besides the BD1 that's coming out soon. And I'm going to keep name characters out of here like Captain Rex, Commander Grease, stuff like that, Commander Bly, just because those kind of characters are super hit or miss with how LEGO wants to produce them. I know there were two Commander Grease that came out within the past, 5 or 6 years, but we haven't had a Captain Rex for I think almost 9 years or something like that. Without further ado, let's jump into the 4 army building clones that I think LEGO should remake. Number 1, I think LEGO should produce the new style for the Kashyyyk Trooper. We do see this figure within the Skywalker Saga, and I do bring that up because we did see 2 figures from the Skywalker Saga be produced into real life, those being the Phase 2 Commander Cody and the Phase 2 12th Trooper that were from the game, now in the ATTE set. And by no means is this going to be a legitimate reason for them to produce the figure. I just think it was an interesting correlation to bring up. And I believe there is only 2 other figures that are in the animated style that have been produced. We got the 501st Trooper back before the game released, and now we have the 212th Trooper, and now I think the only 2 figures out of the 5 you can play as that aren't released yet are the Kashyyyk Trooper as well as the plain clone trooper, like the all-white kind of guy. And there, like I said, there are 5, but the 5th one is going to be the 2013 or 15, somewhere around there, Kashyyyk Trooper, not the animated Clone Wars style. So that's what I'm kind of believing. They don't have any plans for the Kashyyyk Trooper, so they may release the Kashyyyk Trooper within the animated style, hopefully in the next couple years. I can see this minifigure being produced within an Episode 3 20th anniversary set, or a Clone Wars or Bad Batch set, just kind of randomly. But I believe the Bad Batch Season 2 will be the actual, reason the clone gets produced. Clone Wars sets are kind of hit or miss with when they're produced and what does get produced. There are a ton that are, really wanted, but LEGO has not really produced them at all. As well as we didn't get any Episode 2 20th anniversary sets, so I really doubt we'll get any Episode 3, even though that the Episode 3 is one of the fan favorite movies. Awesome. Moving on to number 2. Like I said, the plain Phase 2 Trooper. We haven't had one of those bad boys since 2014, I believe. And like I said, there is a render within the Skywalker Saga, and this could be paired with the Kashyyyk Trooper, or it could be within different sets or different waves even. So somewhere like the August 2023 wave, something like that. They are everywhere within the Clone Wars, Bad Batch Season 1, and more than likely Bad Batch Season 2. And we've only had this trooper within one set, that being the 2014 Clone Turbo Tank. So I'm feeling we do really need a revamped character for this minifigure. Plus, it can harken back to the days of the Clone Wars style and even the way back 2005 to 2007 battle pack plain trooper with the cutout visor where you have the black head and then you just put the helmet back on there as well. So if LEGO produces these sets and they actually have a plain trooper, I have a feeling that they would sell in bulk, as well as giving the fans those plain troopers that they really desire. Getting into number 3, the 212th Airborne Trooper. Now, I'm just going to bring it up right now. If they don't produce a battle pack, or even a minifigure pack for that matter, in 2023 with the 212th Troopers, it's going to be a huge missed opportunity. Just because the ATTE, the hype behind Phase 2 Cody, as well as all those clone troopers, it's just destined to be. There's going to be profits unimaginable by the fans, and even Lego probably would underestimate the profits that they would get if they released either, like I said, a minifigure pack or a battle pack with the ATTE. And we've only had one Airborne Trooper since that original 2/12th battle pack, like on Utapau, and it was in such an overpriced set. I mean, General Grievous Starfighter for $80. I mean, the Grievous tax is real, but Phase 2 Cody should have been on that set instead of the ATTE. But I have a feeling if we got him in that Starfighter, we wouldn't have gotten the ATTE this year. So I can see it being for the better. I could also see it being for the worse. We could never know. And if a battle pack was produced for the 2/12th, I really hope it's going to be like one of those big mega battle packs, like the 501st Trooper. And there will be 2 builds and 6 minifigures. The 2 builds could probably be like one of those old tri-droids. I don't remember what they're called. They're like the Oct something. I can't. The name escapes me right now, but it's the one with the 3 legs, like in the original battle pack, as well as a crab droid. Lego missed the mark on the ATTE. I feel like they could insert a crab droid into this set pretty well, and then get away with 2 Airborne Troopers, 2 2/12th Troopers, potentially 2 battle droids. I say potentially because it could be the return of the Super Battle Droid. We haven't had those bad boys since 2015. But I have a feeling Lego knows they're super frail, so I don't believe we would get Super Battle Droids. So rounding out that roster, like I said, the Tri-Droid, the Crab Droid, 2 Airborne, 2 2/12s, and 2 Battle Droids would be perfect. Last but not least, I feel like Lego, this one's going to be kind of out of the blue. They should do an updated 442nd Trooper. And I know, like I said, it's kind of out there and random, but they did eventually, or they did back in the day, produce one of these figures. I believe it was in like one of the OG Swamp Speeders. I could be wrong there. But it's been 17 years since they produced a 442nd Trooper, and I could see this being like kind of a one and done figure. I feel like they're doing that with the 332nd as well as the 187th Trooper and the fighter tank. And speaking of the 187th Trooper, they are producing sort of like Legends characters now. So I think, especially with the clones, I really would like them to be producing these Legends like designs. I think it would just be perfect. Produce a $20 to $50 set, put 1 or 2 of them in depending on the price. They will just sell and sell. Like the fighter tank, you have not been able to find them. I was lucky enough to buy 3, but I haven't seen them on shelves since. So just put them in a semi-cheap set, let the army builders do their thing. Plus the 442nd Trooper is a relatively good design. All you would have to do for a company is to produce more 2/12th Troopers, but before you produce them, switch the color from orange to green, and you're done. And it's just that easy of a fix. Thank you all for watching, and as always, if you have any feedback, please leave it in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate it if you watch the video, if you leave me a thumbs up, as well as possibly subscribing. It doesn't cost anything, and it does help a small channel like me grow. I would really appreciate it. Stay tuned for more things like this. I want to see how this does. I really like the kind of like formal like camera, webcam, stuff like that. I just don't know how it's going to do, so I'm just testing out with how this channel will go and experimenting with new video ideas. So please stay tuned. I may have some more stuff like this coming in the near future. And as always, stay awesome. This has been Boris Bricks signing off.